Hi, this is Steph with Belladonna Dyes, and today we're going to be following up with the magnetic stir. Some of you guys had some questions, and I thought they were really good suggestions as well, so I wanted to try them out. The first being a mason jar, and this is a 32-ounce mason jar, so it's the bigger size, and it works. And it's a great idea because you can just put the lid on it. Another thing that I like about the mason jar is their availability. I was able to get these at Walmart, and they're a fraction of the price of what the beakers cost from Amazon, and they're readily available just about everywhere you go. And here I am just sprucing up some old dye that I mixed back in October. So when I say old, it's really old, but it'll be fine. So the downside to the mason jar is you need more tools to get the dye inside the bottle. So not only do I have to clean out the mason jar, but now I also have to clean out a funnel. And don't forget your magnet. You don't want to drop it down into your dye bottle because now see what I have to do? I have to pour the dye out and do it all over again. Also just creating more mess. The second suggestion or comment that I saw that I thought was really a good idea was my silicone measuring cup. I love to use this thing when I use my immersion blender. Unfortunately, it does not work with this magnetic stir. I think the silicone is just too thick. So another thing that we're curious about is, will it make thick water? And when I read the question, I immediately thought, no, but I am curious, so I'm going to try. So you want to use warm water, warm to hot water. It just helps the sodium alginate break up. And I'm thinking that, it's not going to work because sodium alginate is a lot like making gelatin, and it's gooey. And when I use my immersion blender, it sticks to the immersion blender. And also, since the water was hot and I'm putting the lid on it, I think it was creating pressure inside there because the magnet kept stopping. So there was still a lot of chunks floating around in the water. So ultimately, I had to go get the immersion blender and do it that way. So I would say, no, it doesn't work for making thick water. And remember, keep in mind, not only is it more cost effective to use the mason jar, but the whole point is also to be able to cover it. And with the thick water, I just wasn't able to do that. So definitely a no to the thick water. Another thing that started happening, the machine started fritzing out, like it was turning off. And I don't know if that's because of the texture of the thick water or they're just junk like everybody on Amazon said. I see a lot of people using these on like TikTok and Instagram, and they don't seem to complain. So I don't know. People on Amazon were complaining, leaving comments saying that they work a couple of times and then stop working. And I hope that's not the case because I do like to use the machine. The immersion blender is just as easy to mix liquid dye though, really. And it's efficient and I know it works. So, you guys got to use your own judgment. If you're anything like me and you want to have every tie-dye tool available just because, like you're a gadget person like me, then you'll probably want to get one and try it out and see if you like it. But, you know, honestly, like I said, the immersion blender works fine. It's just that easy to make thick water. And now if you want to make thickened dye, you could pour some in a bottle and add dye to it and call it thick dye. But you definitely want to let it sit for at least an hour, and I like to let mine sit overnight so it can thicken up. Well, thank you so much for watching. I hope that cleared up some questions. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, leave a thumbs up, and click the bell and set it to all. That way you get notified of future uploads. And remember, have fun tie-dyeing.